Hi, it's Carol from Crinkled Path Journals, and it's been a while since I've been on my channel. I'll talk about that a little bit in my next video, but I did want to say thank you to everyone who was so supportive and encouraging during my time away and really was reaching out and expressing that they would hope I would return to making videos. And so I thought I would start with a flip through of this, and I'll explain more in my next videos what's been going on in the last few months. And so let's start with the cover. The cover is completely custom built. These tassels are from a vintage 1940s photo album that had the black pages and photos glued in with flour. So much of the album was not able to be saved, but I'm glad that these gold tassels get another life to go with this journal. The cover is painted with acrylic paints, and there was some crackle, and then the metal emblem here has gold wax on it, as well as around the edges for distressing. And the back is built up to look like an antique book. You can see a little more of that crackle finish. This beautiful lavender navy mix of paint was so perfect for the matching this image that's in the frame here. And this image actually came off the advertising packaging, I should say, for this scrapbook kit that used to be sold at the Disney World resorts in the mid-2000s. So I don't think it's available anymore, but it was the perfect size from the packaging to fit on the cover. So I'm so happy I found that, because this was really the request of the new owner, where all of the pieces were very specially picked for her because of the things she asked for. So I'm very excited for her to see this. All the pages in this book are either scrapbook pages or original Disney pages from books or stationery, etc. There are no photocopies in this book. I love that there was a "This Book Belongs To" page I could put in the front. All the pages are used books, and so they are in various different stages of loved. Nothing's too ratty, but it wouldn't be a junk journal if it was too pristine. There are some marks like on this page, and I really wanted the book to reflect the 20 plus years that this person has been collecting Disney memories, and it shows the wear of that age is what I'm hoping. This book was well loved by a child, and this book will hopefully be well loved by its new owner. All right, we have a scrapbook page pocket with a Disney stationery card in it. We have Sleeping Beauty getting a kiss right there. And then this is a postage stamp from a postage stamp collection book. Oh, I got a little scrap in there. That's on the back. We have Cinderella's Castle, one artist rendition. And we have Snow White's dwarves here on the next page. Baloo and Pinocchio with some detailed stitching in silver thread. And then also that goes through to this pocket with our good fairy here. The person requested colors be integrated from two different color schemes, and I think they ended up melding quite nicely, even though they never would have been the first thought. So the first color scheme was this kind of hot pinks and purples, turquoise and reds from the 2000s, very popular in kids' clothes at that time and scrapbooking paper. So I was able to go back into some older scrapbooking paper I had and pull from there, which worked out perfectly. So here we have Dumbo with a little flip, And then I love that this page said memorable photos, gave her a little blank space to put some things. And I'll talk a little bit at the end about how to take a custom journal one step further to making it your own by incorporating your own pieces, and how to take something that maybe you don't like and fix it. The second color scheme that she wanted was really from the Frozen 2 movie, which was amber, purples, and blues that really lent itself towards the purples and turquoises in this other color scheme. And so it ended up working out to incorporate them just by weaving them throughout the signatures and kind of going back and forth between them. So here we have Bambi, and then we have a little Alice in Wonderland tucked in here. She really likes woodland creatures, and so I tried to incorporate a lot of those from the Bambi story here. This is the center of the first signature, and I left these tassels. They can be cut off, or some people like to put little paper shapes on the end, or a little bead. And well, beads sometimes are hard to write on the next page, but some people like to put little charms or something on them, so I left them there in case she wants to do that, or she can cut them off. There are, if you've been noticing, I've been flipping, there's little fabric tags with different stitches on them. More Bambi, some washi tape for just a little extra decoration and reinforcement. Back to Dumbo. Another little flip. Back to Pinocchio. We have Tinkerbell here. Chip and Dale. The horses from Cinderella's carriage. And then some more of those postage stamps with Sleeping Beauty on them. In this side of the pocket, we have a playing card with Cinderella, and we have a turquoise envelope, and I'll explain a little more what she can do with those when I get to the end. And there's Ariel and the Hunchback. Here's Cinderella's ball. Some jeweled scrapbook paper. This is from a 1990s travel guide for Disneyland, so there's a couple pages from that in here. There's our fairy godmother, a gold doily. I loved how it went with this page. That's so jewel toned. More from the travel book, some more scrapbook paper. The owner asked that if I could possibly get something Hello Dolly in here as well. And I love that I found this music with Barbra Streisand as Dolly's photo in purple. So it goes right with the theme of the book. This is a little woodland jungle page that I added these little doily and handkerchief pockets for tucking. And so we've got Baloo and Mowgli tucked into this pocket. And then here's the other side. We have a Sleeping Beauty Viewmaster reel in there, and then the other side of the pockets. This is constellations with several Disney characters interwoven in them. Here are Mary Poppins penguins, Ariel, a page from a Hidden Mickey book. This is part of a jacket cover for a See, Hear, and Read record of Mary Poppins. So here's some Mary Poppins music and more fabric tabs. This little page has a pocket that the child had colored the inside of the record. So I went ahead and just made a pocket over it so that it's just kind of in the background there. And then these are bandies or bandits. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they were a popular 2000s children's collectible where you would wear them on your wrist, but when you lay them flat, they make a shape. So we have Goofy and Pluto tucked in there, and then more of those 2000s, 90s, 2000s colors in there. Here's the cover of the Mary Poppins book, the other side of the Hidden Mickey. Here's our marching leader of the band, Mickey himself, and Jiminy Cricket. There are some of these little tabs in here that are part of the page getting folded down to fit accordingly. Rather than cutting Jiminy Cricket off, I shorten the page and give these little flaps, and later I'll explain what can be used, what that can be used for. Here's the rest of our constellations. We're back to Aurora, our Sleeping Beauty, doing her famous dance where her dress turned from pink to blue to pink to blue because her little fairies were fighting over the favorite color. A favorite scene for sure. Some more of the travel guide with the Disneyland Hotel and monorail in the picture. Here's our little fairies looking at the dresses and our gold foil, Cinderella's carriage, the castle in the background, the best way to visit Disneyland. Some more of the travel book with Cinderella's mice. Here is a little scrapbook paper card that came out of a collection of fairy tale themed paper. Here's Flick from Bug's Life. And then we're into our third signature. So here's another facing page from like the first one. And then here is the introduction to Beauty and the Beast, which is her favorite story. And so we had to have a guest check in here to be our guest. This is a French music paper about a rose. If you know the story about Beauty and the Beast, you know it starts with a rose and ends with a rose. So here's some more fairy tale themed papers that can be used for journaling. This is scrapbook paper and I just cut them out. Here's an envelope tuck spot. Here's another page from the Beauty and the Beast with the stained glass rose. And the next couple pages are going to be Beauty and the Beast. This one is a scrapbook paper from a Disney themed pack. This is fan art. Included a piece of fan art. These two girls in their Mickey ears. This was an original painting by another artist, not me. Here's Goofy playing tennis and a map of the area there by Disneyland, California. Here we're into Lion King with some more African prints trying to stay in those same color themes. Simba and Pumbaa. And then Pocahontas pages. Frontierland from the travel thing. And then just so happens on the back is Mary Poppins again. Here we've got Meeko making off with the compass. And then I love this paper, really transition nicely between sort of the natural woodsy to the jungle theme with Tarzan and Jane. And then there are some little tabs here. These are just Post-its. So I stuck those in and she can move them if she wants. More from Pocahontas, John Smith. Oh, we got a Frontierland bear in here. Who else misses the bear jamboree? And then we've got a pocket page here from Lion King. And inside we just have a little envelope with some Lion King playing cards in it. Let's see. Yeah. More Lion King, more of the map. Here's some more photos from a book of the wedding of Belle and the Beast once he was a prince again. And then I included this, it's probably making bright, shiny glints in the camera, but this is a little envelope. Whoops, I'm opening the wrong end. Sorry. This is a little clear envelope that's gold on one side, clear on the other, that she could put a really precious photo in there, something she didn't want people to touch or get fingerprints on when she stores it in her memory book here. There's the Belle paper from the scrapbook packet. And then this is another pocket made with scrapbook paper. And it has a little bag with some princess cards in it and some tickets that I just thought were cute. And since the cards were pink, we went with the pink tickets. It's the back side of that French Rose song. Since Beauty and the Beast was a French fairy tale. A doily. I love the way this doily went with the, like, just to soften up the gargoyles a little bit. And they're from Hunchback of Notre Dame. They were kind of steal the show, guys. And here we've got the Hunchback and an envelope. Inside this envelope, we have a Disneyland logo official sticker and this little Pluto. Fussy cut Pluto. Then we've got some more scrapbook paper. This is a 50th anniversary bag from the park. And I thought she could either start storing up some more her ephemera that she wants to keep in there before she adds it to the book. She could stuff it all in that bag, or she could cut the bag apart and put part of it in the book if she wanted. Oh, we've got Yzma here from Emperor's New Groove. We've got Ratatouille with some three-dimensional food items. He's really cooking it up in the kitchen, and here he is in the cookbook. And then we go to Wally and Eva, or Eve, I guess. That's just the way he said it. Here's a little scrapbook card tucked in this pocket. Just liked how the colors went with the backgrounds here and the shopping carts. And then we're into Frozen. And so the pictures are all from Frozen 2, which is another one of her favorites. And we had to have some snow bling on these pages. So you can see that other color palette here, the purples and the blues and the kind of rusty oranges that kind of blended together with our other theme of the turquoise and pink and purple. This is an up pocket tuck. So maybe something that's a little fatter brochure or something can be tucked up in there. And then this is more of Frozen. Back to Wally. More Ratatouille. Here's another pocket. This envelope has just a purple tag that ends, oops, and some purple hearts. I think there's more than one in there. Yes, purple hearts and purple tags that she can, maybe she could use these for the little ties in the middle of the signatures if she wanted, or she could just use them on a page and then add the tag to wherever she wants. Put some journaling on her tag. And we're back to Emperor's New Groove. Oops. And here's another of the Disney art, fan art. This is another piece that I made into a pocket and put another one of the viewfinder reels. That's just tucked in that pocket. Don't want to tuck it in too far. We want to be able to see it. And then there's Esmeralda from the Hunchback. Quasimodo. Sorry, I was forgetting his name. And then in here is second side of the doily. That's actually kind of baffling me because I thought it was just one. Now I'm wondering if two doilies were stuck together. Well, bonus doily. I could pull it out if she doesn't want it there. And then the last page is roses again, just back to that nod to her favorite for Beauty and the Beast. And that is the completed journal. Now, I wanted to take a minute and go back and talk to you a little bit about, well, if I were to order a custom journal, what if there's a page I just don't like? So like, let me flip back in here somewhere. Like this, okay? This page was adorable on its facing page, and she's an important part of the story, but just her head sticking out there doesn't really make a lot of sense with the facing page. This might be a page where she uses it to cover it completely with memorabilia. Then same might be the true of this side, or she might take an envelope, put the top of the envelope over, or even lick the two sides of the tab of the envelope and glue that down, and then the envelope part would be here and could be used as a flip out. So that's another option. And then I talked to you about, here it is. Okay, so this little piece, you could do the same thing here in that you could glue an extra page in on either side of this and have two more pages of your choice. You can also say you don't like two pages. Say, you know, she's like, I don't like this page and I don't like this page. Of course, not these two, but, you know, just for example, you can put glue up two sides and cut a notch here and glue these together and make another pocket out of them if you really don't want to see something on a page. So the next question I often get is, there's not very much blank space. How do you journal on this and not cover up the things you love? Well, you can also journal between the photos. You can washi tape a photo or a card or a postcard and make a flip, or you could just use a paper clip to hook it to the page, especially if it goes along with something that's already on the page. It's really fun how you can make those connections. Of the ephemera that I put in, like the playing cards and like these, you could paint the back with white paint so you could write on it, or you could write right over the pattern, or you can put some kind of paper on the backs of those playing cards. Let me see if I can find my playing cards. Is it in this one? Yeah. So these are double-sided playing cards. So the princesses are on one side, and then this one has all the princesses on the back, and some of them just have one. And so say she liked this side and wanted to make this a journal card, she could glue this to a piece of white paper or lined paper, cut it out, do journaling on the back, and then tuck it back into this little envelope. Or if she doesn't like them at all, just take them out. Just trying to give as many options as possible. Hopefully a couple of those little tips help. The doily, see, I'm gonna try now. It doesn't want to come apart, so I think it might, yes, it's 2 doilies. Oh goodness. Well, that's gonna stay that way because now it's sewn in. But I bet if you pulled and ripped this, I'm not gonna do it, that one doily would come out and the one would be left staying. Or you could glue them together and give them a little extra heft so that they're not quite as delicate. Or you could just glue a little bit at the edge and make it a pocket. This is a little fabric pocket. You could put a card in there, hook it under the paper clip that's already there. There's just so many ways to make it your own. Not going to offend me if I change something about the pages, but I really did try to add little touches that were all things that she requested, and to the best of my ability dug and went through all of my resources for pages so all her dreams could come true. And so I just really appreciate you guys supporting my channel. If you're new to the channel, I'll be coming back a little more often than 5 months from the last time I posted. So please come join me and click subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. And again, thank you so much. I did go ahead and add extra pages from what was originally ordered because I wanted to express some extra gratitude for the patience of waiting for me to get this finished and sent off. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. I'm back. Bye.